All right, let's talk about the game flow a little bit. The game flow is actually fairly easy and straightforward. After we get to the initial screen, we're going to ask the user, hey, what do you want to do? You want to start a new race, or do you want to exit the system? And they can either start a new race or they can exit the system. We'll get the exit shortly here. But let's take a look at the select cars. So when they select the cars, we're going to allow them to select a minimum of 2 cars and a maximum of 4 to begin with. Now that may change a little bit later on. We could possibly go with 6 cars, 8 cars, 10 cars, whatever. But obviously they need to select a minimum of 2 cars. We will start with displaying the cars themselves. For instance, let's say we have 10 different models for them to choose from. We'll display all 10 cars. And we'll allow the users to check that first car off the list. Once they check that car off of the list, we're going to add that car to the selected list. And then we're going to basically ask, hey, have all cars been selected? If it has been selected, then we go to select track. If not, then we go back to display the remaining cars. So the first time through, if we had 10 cars, after we selected the car, our selection list will grow by 1, and our cars remaining will go down by 1 or decrease by 1. And that will go on and on until the minimum number of cars have been selected, which in this case 2, or the maximum number of cars, depending upon the layout, has been selected, which by default for right now we're just going to have 4 cars. And once that is all done, we'll go to select track. But there are some interrupts that could occur. They could cancel at this point, which basically means go back to the beginning of the screen, which means, I don't want to select any cars, or they can exit at this point, in which case we go to the exit screen. But let's pretend they've selected their cars and they go to the select track. Let's take a look at select track. It works the exact same way as the select cars does. No big deal. What it entails is that we get a listing of all the different tracks. We allow them to select a track, and then we ask them to confirm it, because you can only select 1 track. You have to select 1 track. You can't select 2 tracks. You have to select 1 track. So once they confirm that's what they want, then we go to start the race. If they say, no, that's not really what I want, then we go back to display the track listing and allow them to select a track. Now the game can be interrupted at that point by 3 different buttons. They can click cancel, which will go back to the beginning screen. They can click exit, which will go to the exit screen, or they can click on the go back, which will allow us to reselect the cars. So in case they decide, no, I don't like these 4 cars or whatever, they can go back and select cars again. Otherwise, they get to the start race, and we start the race. We put the cars on the track, and we have a little countdown. The little starting gates fall down, and then we let gravity do its thing, and the cars will go wherever we want to. They go racing, and eventually the racing will be finished. Either all 4 cars will wreck, or somebody who's going to pass the finish line. We have to have at least one pass the finish line, and we have to be ensure that all 4 cars have stopped moving before the race is finished. And once the race is finished, we go to the recap screen, and the recap screen basically say, hey, we're all done here. If the race is not finished, we just keep letting gravity do its thing. Now, while the race is going, there are 4 different things that could happen. They can pause the game. They can cancel the game. They can exit the game, or they can go back and select a new track, which basically stops the race, and they go back and select a track. So what happens with the pause? So the pause section here says basically when they do a pause, they can either do a select cars, they can go back to select a track, they can cancel, exit, resume. Yeah, no big deal there. And when they exit, of course, it cleans up the game, goes bye-bye. All right, so what happens on the recap screen? The recap screen just basically displays a screen that says, here's the winners, the losers, and all that. And they basically say, do you want to do another race or not? And you can say new or not. Notice that screen is missing, because I just realized at this point this screen is missing. But hey, that's the way it goes. And I think that's going to end it for this particular video. The next video, we're going to look at the different objects of the racing game, which are very simple: the car objects, the layout objects, the game objects, and the track objects. Track objects are the ones we're going to spend the most time on, because that's going to be the most important thing.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel to view more videos. Click on the like button on this video and visit us at TheVirtuoid.com. Also, support us on Patreon, where you can get access to member-only videos. Links are down below. Again, thank you very much for watching, and keep on coding.